Chris, before we get into all the incredible work you're doing, I want our listeners to hear your story. What brought you to Pensacola Teen Challenge and what drives you to do this work every day?
So, I'll just share a little bit about my testimony. When I was growing up, I had a great upbringing, a great family, and I slipped into some addiction issues early on in my life and in high school. And my addiction issues led me to kind of lose all motivation to really do the things that I was raised to do. I said I would never use drugs. My mom was actually an addict. I was raised by my grandparents. And so I said I would never use drugs. I would never go down that path. And I actually did. And I kind of lost myself, lost what I knew was the right thing to do, lost kind of some of those basic principles that I grew up with in my life, and lost motivation to really, just live a successful life like my grandfather and my grandmother had taught me. One day, my mother found her way to Pensacola Teen Challenge Women's Center. And in that moment, she had left where we were from and she went to Teen Challenge. And that really started our journey with Teen Challenge. I was still in addiction, still lost, still doing things that I knew I wasn't supposed to do. And I came to her graduation from the program here in this facility where I'm sitting today, Pensacola Men's Center. And I had hope for the first time because I seen the change in her. And I remember that day I just went up to the altar. I cried out to God and I said, I need your help. And a few days later, I entered the Teen Challenge Men's Center, and that was 15 years ago. And so, Teen Challenge for us, for my wife and I, we lead this organization, is personal because we are products of the work that happens here. She helps with the women's center, and I do the men, and we do both together though. And the motivation behind it is we want to do what God's called us to do, but we also want to help people who have the same past that we have and help people receive freedom from life controlling issues and addiction. So that's our story. That's my story. That's where it came from. My wife's a graduate of the program too. So Teen Challenge changed the entire course of our family. And without it, we wouldn't be where we are today. And so that's the driving and motivating factor to why we help people the way that we do. We were once where they are, and we know the way out.
The older I get, and the more I think about family law and life, I think you have to have an incredible why to do incredible things. And that's one of the most incredible whys I've ever heard. And, you guys are just doing excellent things. And with that why, it lets you be able to do, in my opinion, things that are seem difficult to impossible because you have that motivation. That strong why becomes critical over everything else.